This show has been made possible with the continued support of BetWinner affiliates. Get more from your traffic with BetWinner.
Well, hello friends, J-Todd here with the latest news and information targeting our industry, and I do say targeting as it seems that each new week brings more stories from those utterly committed to the dismantling of the gambling industry. At least in our strongest market for the time being, the United Kingdom. Before I begin, however, I did want to mention that over the past month or so, I've been battling some minor health issues, which some of you know. And at the conclusion of this show, if you're interested, I will share my latest update where the bloopers usually go. So here's to hoping I don't have any really funny screw-ups that I can't show. So for now, we begin in the United Kingdom, where ironically, it is Safer Gambling Week. Of course, with all the closures over there, Safer Gambling Week looks something like this. Safer Gambling Week runs from the 19th of November through the 25th, Thursday through a Wednesday, which I know seems sort of arbitrary, but so many things in our industry seem arbitrary these days. And now, while the trade groups representing UK operators try their very best to put their very best foot forward, industry opponents are also sounding off, and that looks something like this. Yeah, it does. So let us begin with a charming woman who goes by the name of Carolyn Harris. As an American, I'd never heard of her, but from what I read, it seems she is just one more political tool. Although looking at her picture, it did occur to me that Drew Carey would in fact look good in drag. But enough with the insults. I apologize to Mr. Carey for the comparison. Old Carol here has apparently been set on the destruction of our industry for some time as the chair of the All-Parliamentary Group on Gambling-Related Harm. Notice there's no parliamentary study on gambling goodness and all the tax dollars that fund all their programs. There's nothing like that. But I digress. In that capacity, she says that the writing is on the wall for our business. Ooh, I just got chills. She pulled that out of her butt. Did she make up that terminology? Is she just not very clever? The UK government, she says, cannot avoid the coming changes. The UK media, she says, support the coming changes. And that the UK public, she says, want the coming changes. I find it interesting that she connects for us government to the media to the public opinion. Eh? You can tug at that string on your own time, conspiracy theorists and whatever. I don't really care. I just found that interesting. What also concerned me though, what concerned me the most actually, was the reference to the coming changes she says will be happening, as if all the sweeping changes that have been going on already don't even matter. Like, you know, the FOBTs, the credit card bans, the advertising restrictions, the self-exclusion, etc., 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 etc. Not enough for Carolyn. Welcome back. As we move and groove into the second half of the show, we encounter even more opposition from anyone? Anyone? If you guessed a UK politician, kudos to you. It's almost as if they're trying to create distrust and public anger for some sort of personal gain. But now enter the chairman of the Peers for Gambling Reform, Lord Don Foster of Bath. So this group of free-thinking individuals just got organized last September, just in time for the public to see how much they care about them. And, you know, gambling reform. Mind you, they weren't there for, 14 years, but they're here now. And Lord Donnie says that given the changes to FOBTs, credit card bans, advert restrictions, self-exclusion programs, etc., 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 the gambling industry is not changing fast enough. Really? That's where you're going to go with that? Mind you, the industry was trudging along just fine since 2005, and only when the review of the Gambling Act began to approach did he and his fellow politicians begin to emerge from the baseboards like roaches looking for crumbs. Donnie says all the recent changes to the UK gambling industry have come as a last resort due to pressure from anyone? Anyone? If you said governmental groups, kudos to you. Governmental groups like his. Which is true, but also a teensy bit transparent. I mean, he is part of the government that feeds the media, that creates the public sentiment, which keeps Lord Donnie employed, as well as Carolyn, who so elegantly pointed out the connection between these in the first half of the show. So, am I saying that changes to our industry are unneeded? No. Am I saying that all the changes that have taken place are bad? No. Am I saying that politicians are using gambling as low-hanging fruit to push an unrealistic agenda to destroy our industry for personal and political gain? Oh, hell yes I am. Hell yes. You don't have to believe me. It's just my perspective. And with that, friends, I'm going to wrap it up. If you want to know about my health, stay tuned. If not, we'll see you next week, God willing. All right, now that only my friends are watching, we can talk. I've got something called ulcerative colitis, which maybe you've seen all the commercials for it. People grabbing their tummies, running to the bathroom, about to crap their pants. Yeah, that's pretty much an adequate description. It's debilitating in the sense that you can't really leave the house that much. It destroys your personal life. It is excruciatingly painful when you have a flare-up, but mine had been controlled pretty well on drugs, pills, that I've been taking since 2014 when I was hospitalized for it, and they didn't know what was wrong with me. Fast forward to 2020, the year that all hell broke loose for everyone, and, you know, here it comes back again. So that's fine. I go down, I get tested, they shove the camera up there, you know, see what's going on, and, well, basically they saw what they expected to see, a horrible train wreck of a digestive system. Basically, with UC, your body attacks itself in the intestines, and it creates ulcers, which bleed, and you can put all the rest together for yourself about how that affects your health. Now I've started a new treatment. I'm getting infusions of drugs for the rest of my life, or until this stops working. They're going to be injecting me with drugs every couple of months. Had my first infusion just a couple days ago and kicked my ass, man. I was just exhausted and tired. I hope it's not like that forever, but I am feeling a little bit better. Certainly not 100%. They said it might take 2 or 3 treatments to get me there. But supposedly after I get on it and stay on it, my lifestyle and quality of life will improve greatly. So This is my cross to bear. There are people out there with much greater problems. I only share this with you because I try to be an open book for the most part. And some of you had expressed some concerns in the forums and on the APCW video comments. So, thank you. I'm good. Love you all. And we'll see you next week. Oh, the camera.